So, I pissed a lot of people off, I think, with the last episode.
I told you that out of confidentiality. And if that's how this is gonna go, then I just probably won't say anything.
I feel a little used, but it's for your bigger artistic thing, but you fucking used me, so fuck you. Yeah.
So when I recorded the last monologue for this second episode, Jason was not happy about what I'd included about what he had said in the cab about Eleanor and her boyfriend. Jason was saying, man, he's got it like wrapped around his finger. You know, there's kind of a unspoken rule that certain things that you say are confidential. And I'm kind of breaking the rule.
You're using things that I'm saying on camera, and I didn't sign up for that.
The whole point is that we film what's happening during the making of. So if you don't want what you say to be in the film, just don't say anything that you don't want to be in it.
Okay.
But anyway, Jason was kind of like, he wasn't less friendly exactly, but he kept hinting that maybe I should get a different camera person. And I said, well, if you want, I could get someone else to play you. And he was like,
maybe.
But he also kind of seemed like he really wanted to act in it as himself. And his friend Jorge was shooting the second camera for the making of scenes. And I was like, you don't have to play yourself in the movie if you don't want to. You don't get Jorge to play you.
I don't want Jorge to play me.
Okay, so who do you want to have play you?
How about Stephen Gurwitz?
Stephen Gurwitz doesn't look anything like you.
Okay, I'll play myself.
And then when we were shooting the scene in the cab, he kept trying to say it in such a way that it didn't sound too judgmental, I guess.
He's totally got her manipulated. He's totally got her hypnotized. Doesn't she realize that she's completely wrapped around his finger?
And then Sam was mad.
What? Wrapped around my finger?
So he was offended by that. Everyone was offended. And then Mandy was offended by what I said about her. Our relationship isn't the greatest. And we haven't had sex for a long time, and we fight a lot. And, she found it very shameful.
Caveh, don't put that in there.
Why not?
That is so embarrassing.
I know. That's why it's good. And Eleanor wasn't happy about my including what a friend of hers had said about another friend of hers.
If you're ever looking for a woman to do a sex scene in one of your movies, I know a woman, she's up for anything.
And she was worried that the other friend of hers would feel bad, like the implication was that she was easy. I don't know. I like easy. I mean, I don't think anything wrong with easy, but some people think that's bad. And that the other friend who had said that would feel upset because the other person would feel like they had said this thing about them when they were just trying to be helpful. And Eleanor was fine with all the nudity and all that stuff, but she just didn't want other people that she cared about to be upset about it. And the other actress asked her if she would act herself, and she said,
no.
So I offered to bleep out her name.
It's not enough to bleep my name. I don't want to be a part of your project in any way. I don't want any reference made to my name or presence in any capacity.
People don't love honesty. And everyone has these little worries about what somebody will think if someone says this. I mean, I do too. But I believe in honesty. I believe it's important. I believe the
truth shall make you free.
If everyone was honest about everything, I think it would be a better world. Although many of us would kill ourselves, I guess. Anyway, not funny, I guess. Then I cast someone else, Dana, and she was worried that I was gonna be not be sensitive to paraplegics.
I don't want this to be people just wanting to have sex with someone in a wheelchair because that's fucked up.
And I sent her the first episode, and she said she loved it and sent me a really nice message.
Hi, Caveh, it's Dana. It's hysterical. I'm in. I'll do whatever you want.
So I figured she was okay, but also I didn't want to push it. I didn't want to just so you know, it's nudity and going down on this guy. So I just was it'll be more. I'm gonna have two cameras for that episode. I had two cameras, and we'll talk about it on camera if it comes up as an issue.
So I'm sucking his cock on camera.
She was upset. She felt she'd been misled.
Exactly.
It's just a little used, though.
No, you fucked.
No, she's right.
And I actually don't appreciate that.
And that I had some kind of responsibility to warn her.
You can't just be so you were gonna do that. Because I told you it was a threesome. Like, a threesome can be many things.
It can. And she loved Eleanor. Everyone loves Eleanor. I love Eleanor. And she asked Eleanor,
If you tell me to do it, I will. No.
Wait.
No. Wait.
Why?
Because you were amazing in the first episode. Amazing, which is why I said I would do this.
Yeah, but-
And if you say to me, yes, I actually totally am behind this and I will do it.
I'm
then I
not
will.
behind. I'm not behind this concept. I think that you're in the right.
she didn't defend me. She just said, no, you have to decide for yourself.
You've put me in a place where if I don't do it, I'm a prude, which I am not. No. And if I do it, it's for something I actually have no comprehension of why it's needed.
But so Dana eventually came around.
Okay, I'm in.
So we shot the paraplegic threesome scene at my student's apartment. And Sam was like doing coke and Jason was hungry. And I hadn't fed anybody because I forgot to. And everyone was cranky. So then my students, whose apartment we were shooting in, offered me a joint. So I got stoned with them. And I'm like, oh, what am I doing? I'm getting stoned with my students. I'm going to get fired. Anyway, but Aziz didn't like the episode.
I'm not screening this.
Why not?
The episode needs some changes.
Who the fuck do you think you are? You don't have final cut. It's my show.
Well, I'm the producer, and as the producer, I'm in charge of making sure that it's successful.
Oh, like your other shows are successful? I was having an existential crisis. Like, what? Who am I? Why is this important? It feels so disposable, television. It's like, whoop, next episode, whoop. And I started getting really depressed. I'm like, wow, this isn't saving me. I thought this was going to save me. Like, oh, I'm going to make a TV show. It's going to be great. I'm going to have a TV show. But it's like, nothing has changed except everyone's mad at me.
You've already set yourself up for a mind fuck. So now you're doing a mind fuck and you're like, how can I fuck the mind fuck? And it's like, you can't fuck the mind fuck. And you're like, well, I'm going to try to fuck the mind fuck. And it's like, but I just walked in and it's like, I'm going to fuck your mind fuck it, and fuck. And it's just like, wait, what are you doing?
Okay. So after the first episode, I kind of had a little bit of a crush on Eleanor. She was beautiful and free and wild and open and just, I was kind of joking to Peter. I love her. I'm going to marry her. I was kidding because I'm married. And, and relationship has been hard. And, I do fantasize about divorce a lot. But it's been 18 years. And we have 2 kids. So it's like, I've hung in there and I've been faithful for 18 years. But sometimes I'm at the end of my rope and I'm just like, ugh, I can't take it. And so, but she has a boyfriend and, she's much younger. Anyway, I just was like, it's just a joke idea. But then during the making of the second episode, I ran into her at a screening and we started talking and then we got a bite to eat and we were talking and we talked till 3 a.m. And as we were parting ways, she sent me a text and she said something like, thank you for tonight, really, another text. And then she said, I love you. And I saw that and I was like, I love you? What? No, it's not possible. I mean, I wanted it to be true, but it can't be true. And also, but why would she send that? It's a weird thing to send somebody, right? I'm married. And I thought, oh, maybe she mistexted. She was going to text Sam or something, and she texted me by mistake. She was going to say, Sam, I love you. And so I asked Peter about it. He was like,
I don't think she meant I love you like that. I think she meant it like a friend, like I love you like a friend.
Yeah, but I've never said anything like that to her, why would she say that to me?
It's definitely weird.
And I think maybe she meant to text Sam.
No, I don't think she meant to text Sam.
But anyway, things were particularly dark with Maddie. They go up and down, and there was a down part. And I was really not liking my life and feeling really depressed. And this show was kind of getting me down. I've been working too hard and trying to make it good. It's hard. And Mandy was mad at me because I was spending so much time on the show, and I always had people over till late at night, editing. And the kids were being neglected, and she was having to do more parenting because I wasn't doing any parenting. And I'm not the greatest parent, especially when I'm working on film stuff. So she was mad at me, and she was always like furious, and that doesn't feel good. And so it was kind of like, somebody loves me. But I didn't know what to say, so I didn't say anything. And I thought, it's probably just a mistake. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, maybe I should break up. Maybe I should, Leonore, she's my soulmate.
She said that she was really good at giving head. And so am I. So we both started sucking him off.
And then me and Mandy, we get stoned together, like once a week. I try to get stoned with her once a week because I find that that's like our couples therapy. If I get stoned with her, we get along really well. And I love her, and she's great, and she's beautiful again, and she's so smart, and we're on the same wavelength. And I remember why I fell in love with her, and there she is again. But she's very Jekyll and Hyde, Mandy. She's like, she'd be really bitchy a lot of the time, most of the time. And then just these little moments of like lovingness. And there'd been a lot of bitchiness. And I was just like,
we really got to get stoned. And we got to talk about whether we're going to stay together or not.
And she was really worried, and she felt worried about being abandoned. And her mother committed suicide when she was a kid, and she has these abandonment issues. And I was like,
I'm not going to abandon you. We have kids together. We'll always be together. We just have to pose the question, like, is this the right thing for us still? And, hopefully it is. But I think if that question isn't posed, things kind of ossify.
Caveh, you've been saying, like, since we've been together about, like, breaking up. It's like you just get really freaked out about, like, if things get a certain level of bad, you, like, get super freaked out. But we still have, like, vows of marriage here that, I don't think have played out.
So we had this great talk. I didn't bring up the Eleanor thing because I was tempted to, but I felt bad because I should have brought it up immediately, but I didn't because I wasn't feeling close to her. So I didn't bring it up, but I felt like I should bring it up. I kept wanting to bring it up, but I didn't bring it up also because I didn't want her to be like threatened by Eleanor, who I'm working with on the show. So anyway, Eleanor doesn't know about this, and Mandy doesn't know about the text, and I feel like I got to tell her, and I keep trying to, and I just keep failing to tell her. But I thought, okay, I'll just tell her on camera, I guess, about the text. And I'm okay now. Like, I'm not vulnerable right now because things are okay. Today we had a fight, and I was a little mad coming over here. She was mean to me. But I'm okay. And but Eleanor is wonderful, and I think anybody is very lucky to be with her. And I've been talking to Sam, who saw all my films from my box. He's the only person in the world who's seen all my films. And he loved them, and he gave me like 30 emails, and he was very sweet. But then he was like weirdly hostile, and he was like,
If you were here to help anyone but your own sense of self-satisfaction, I wouldn't be here to kill you.
It was just like crazy shit. I got a little scared of him. Like, is he crazy?
I am God.
So now he's going to be mad at me too, I guess. Anyway, so that's episode 2, or the making of episode 2.
No!
Oh, my sweetie boy.
Don't go!
What do you want?
I want to go!
You want me to go?
No!
Oh.
How about me?
No!
Can I go?
No!
You want me to stay or go? You want me to go? You want me to go?
I think it's time for a milk in a dark room.
Oh, that sounds good.
I have to go.
Oh, that sounds
I
good.
have to go. I'm going to come back. Oh, sweetie. I'm going to come back.